In a world filled with beauty standards and comparisons, understanding and embracing our true selves can be a powerful way to shift our perspective on body image. And here to help us understand body image is counseling psychologist Ashley Cater. How are you doing, Ashley?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Okay, let's start with the basics. When we're talking body image, how do we define that?
So body image is basically the mental perception that you have of your appearance. It's really how you view yourself, how you think about yourself, and how you feel about how you look. Often when we speak about body image, we often speak about weight and size and shape, but it's so much more than that. The reason why we often think about weight is because it's something that society really places a lot of influence on, so it often shapes how people view themselves quite strongly.
So when you say it's often more than just the physical is what I'm hearing, what other aspects come into play in this body image conversation?
So it's really about the physical, but more so how you feel about the physical. So as an example, I have black hair. Body image is not that. Body image is how I feel about having black hair, if that makes sense.
Perfect sense. Now, when we talk body image, we obviously have negative and positive body image. Walk us through the difference and the nuance between the two.
Sure. So positive body image is really where you have kind of gratitude for your appearance, you accept your appearance, you really see value in your appearance. On the converse, negative body image is really where you have dissatisfaction of your appearance, and more so around judging your appearance and being hypercritical of your appearance. So it's not like, I just want to lose a few pounds. It's saying, I want to lose a few pounds because I'm fat. And really that judgment that's quite strong comes up when we think about negative body image.
So where do these feelings come from? Where do we place this negativity and this perception around body image?
Sure. So it's something that you really develop throughout your life. It really starts with your home environment and the messages that you internalize about appearance in general. It also has kind of internal traits that you might develop around being just hypercritical of yourself in general, perfectionist tendencies, and also really around views of your self-worth and your self-esteem. It's also shaped by personal experiences that you have through your life, so potentially things like bullying. I know when I was growing up, I'm a little bit on the taller side, and people used to bully me about it, and I, for a very long time, struggled with being a tall girl. So that was something that's kind of stood out for me when I was younger. And then I think also sort of what society and cultures view as beauty, as well as strongly social media in today's day and age.
And when you talk about sort of that social conditioning, right? Society, social media, marketing, for instance, the beauty standards are crazy that are put out there. And so I wonder, does beauty or body image place the same between males and females, considering how much females have to deal with?
Sure. Certainly not. I think the genders often experience it very differently. So kind of currently, women are really under a lot of pressure to be very slim, to be very youthful looking and not age at all. And then for men, it's really a pressure around being muscular, being athletic, being kind of stereotypically manly. Obviously, that also is shaped by culture as well, so there are slight differences in terms of culture.
Absolutely. Let's look at the different generations, right? Baby boomers, for instance, versus Gen Z. Do we see body image the same? Okay, I'm a millennial.
I'm a millennial too. Yes, so it is very different because I think beauty ideals have changed over the generations. The baby boomers, for example, are very focused on not aging. So really looking much younger than they are. Whereas Gen Zs, for example, have really had social media from the time they were born. And social media really is very curated, there's beautiful filters, so they have the pressure around looking perfect, having flawless skin, having their hair perfect, having the perfect figure. Millennials, which is quite interesting, like you and I, we kind of sit somewhere in the middle.
It's interesting that, because then I wonder, down the line, it will bring up different dynamics when it comes to impact, right? I'd love to have a glimpse into the future and wonder the kind of impacts that that will have.
Sure. I mean, I think negative body image in general has far-reaching impacts. Everything from your mental health and just how you feel about yourself in the world. It impacts how you take up space, how you interact with others. It impacts the lifestyle choices that you make. Everything from, what you wear to what you eat to the type of exercise you do and how much exercise you do. Impacts relationships. It even impacts career choices. It really has a far-reaching impact because it really shapes you and how you think about yourself and position yourself in the world.
I think on a far more positive note, when we go back to the genders and the conversation around body image between men and females, for some reason, I feel as though females, we're far better equipped to handle these kinds of conversations versus guys, for instance, because where do guys go if they're struggling with, body image issues?
I mean, traditionally, females tend to be given a bit more permission to be externalizing, so to speak about their difficulties and to speak about their emotions and their feelings, the big F word, whereas men tend to be more internalizing. And there is a lot of stigma around speaking about these things that have to do with feelings and thoughts and mental health. I do see, though, in my practice that it is becoming a little bit more accepting of men going to therapy, for example, and speaking about these difficulties. And it's really shedding light that actually men struggle with a lot of these challenges too. I think they're now realizing that there is a little bit more pressure on them, whereas I think females traditionally have always had a lot more pressure on them from the beginning of time. So for us, it's something that we maybe are able to deal with a little bit better, or maybe not necessarily deal with, but speak about a little bit better.
Well, I've definitely enjoyed our conversation because I think you've shared so many insights with us. So thank you very much, Ashley.
Thank you so much for having this conversation. It's been great.
Absolutely. What an insightful conversation on reframing body image and, of course, fostering self-acceptance. Now, later on, Ashley will be back to share her tips on how to cultivate a more positive body image. Stay tuned because after the break, we catch up with twin influencers Innocent Sadiki and Millicent Mashile.